Heyo Friendos, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we have something very exciting. We have the brand new release from Patrick.
All right, yeah!
No, not that Patrick.
I was born at a very young age.
No, not that Patrick either. Patrick Ta! I have in my hands the third eyeshadow palette release from the brand. In a mere moment, I will be doing a thorough review of all these shades. We'll be doing swatches, I'll do a look, I'll let you know what you need to know about this palette. We're about to get started in just a moment, so I would greatly appreciate it if you will. Go ahead, give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't done so already. It's a huge favor to me because it helps me show up in the algorithm. And Friendos, just stay tuned. My guys, can we have a moment for this luxe packaging? I love the rose gold look. This time it's more pink than ever. I also appreciate that Patrick pays very close attention to detail. He listens to his customers. We all love that rose gold packaging, but you know, sometimes you can get your fingerprints all over it. This year's packaging looks a little bit more hammered. It's more matte, it's more plushy to the touch, and it's not going to show fingerprints as easily. Also, a very thoughtful touch to this is there's covers on these two shades right here. So this flap comes up when you want to use your cream shadows. He's very thoughtful. He knows that powders will get into those creams if we don't have a shield. It's a technique that I honestly wish that Natasha Denona would employ in some of her eyeshadow palettes. Some of my cream to powder shades that she does get very dirty very quickly. Now, we've all seen color stories like this before, but we haven't from Patrick Ta's brand. His last two releases have been somewhat warm toned. They've been rosy. So for me, it's nice to see all mattes. That too is a first for the brand, and to see them be neutral. So I'm going to start on this look and we will splice in some footage of the swatches. So we're going to start out in this shade right here for my transition shade. I'm not going to do anything too fancy today. I'm just going to try to use as many colors as I possibly can so we can get an idea of the quality. And as far as performance is concerned, Friendos, I've never had Patrick Ta disappoint me in the past, and I'm hoping today is no exception. So far, this is blending out very easily, very beautifully. I'm not getting a lot of kick up in the pan. There's a little bit, but definitely nothing under my eyes right now. And I'm not even someone who's super careful to tap off their brush before they apply, but I will now. So whilst I apply to the other eye, let's go ahead and give you guys those swatches. And Friendos, don't let the swatches fool you. I'm not a swatch artist. I don't try to make them look good. I don't try to make them look bad, but how the shadows performed on the eyes looks much better than how the swatches turned out as I was swatching on my non-willing participant today. Thank you, Justin. And now, Friendos, I'm going to dive into the black cream shadow. I personally love the idea of having a cream shadow together with an eyeshadow palette. And Friendos, having these cream shadows is such an insightful touch. It's so nice to have these compactly at my reach in the palette. And when it comes to depth, I don't have to use a separate product. I can reach right into the palette. So I've currently been going to school to be a professional makeup artist. And that's one of the first things that they teach you is how to build up depth, how to get your makeup to show up in photos. And one of the best techniques that you can use is using a cream product that's the same color as the powder product that you are going to put down. It really just intensifies the opacity. It makes your color stand out longer. It won't wash out in flash photography. So yeah, having these cream shadows right here at my fingertips is a fantastic touch to the palette. All right, so right over top of the black shade, I'm gonna go in with the brown cream shade. These are both super nice, you guys. They're not bleeding. I can tell that they are drying down. They're not drying down so quickly that I don't have enough time to blend them out or to get my placement exactly as I want it. And while I match these up, I'm gonna head to Sephora to do a little bit of reading for you guys. So according to Sephora, this $70 palette is a velvety matte eyeshadow palette that blends warm and cool tones for ultimate versatility. The shades in this palette can be worn alone or layered, blended, and contoured to create the most multi-dimensional looks that go from day to night. The cream bases allow you to really sculpt and intensify your eye looks. The shadows can be worn alone or layered over the bases for maximum depth and richness. And this is not an online-only product from Sephora. It looks like it will be coming to stores as well. So right over top of the cream shades that I just put down, I'm going to go in with the corresponding matte shades. So I'll be going in with this dark black and this dark chocolate brown. Before starting his own brand, Patrick Ta was a professional celebrity makeup artist. He's worked with Bella Hadid, he's worked with Kim Kardashian, Ariana Grande, loads of other celebrities, and he tends to keep things looking quite natural. And I would say his style is sort of glam natural. I don't predict that in the future he'll do any really colorful makeup palettes. I just don't think that that's on brand for him. And most of y'all know, most days I actually gravitate towards more colorful looks than what we've seen recently with the makeup releases this year. However, I think this would be a fantastic eye contour palette. Especially for someone like me, I don't really have that much of an eye shape. I depend very heavily on contour because my eyes are hooded. They're also slightly protruding. They're not deep set. I don't have the typical model-like brow structure. And one of the things that I will do to really give my eyes that sculpted effect, even when I'm wanting color, even when I'm wanting bling, I'll still contour my eyes with shades like these, and I'll go over what I put down with that sparkly shade or with a pretty blue shade, and it will make it pop. Okay, so let's see how many we can get on my eyes without it looking too crazy. Let's go into this shade next. Let's give my eye a little bit more definition. I want to give this a little bit more of a lift. So far, you guys, these shades have all performed wonderfully. There's a lot of pigmentation. They are blending out without much effort at all on my part. Next, we're gonna go into this shade right here. This is probably one of the most cool toned shades in the palette. And to be honest, I think the palette that this reminds me the most of, and y'all are gonna hate me for this, I'm sorry, but it reminds me of Orgy from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So I will have to do a short where we compare the swatches. Again, Orgy's not going to have those cream shades though, so do keep that in mind. You also have to look at Jeffree's naked butt every time you use that palette too, so. I like this packaging a lot better. Sorry, Jeffree. Sorry, not sorry. Let's go in with what I think is our warmest shade in the palette. This one is sort of a brick red brown. Okay, gonna match it up on this side, but I'm not gonna take it in the middle. Then with a clean brush, I'm gonna go in between the two just to get it looking nice and smooth. Doesn't take much work at all. Now my friend is, I'm gonna add some more dimension. Let's try out the white shade. I wanna see just how white she is. Blindingly white. Gorgeous. I feel so sculpted right now. So funnily enough, when I was doing my research for this video, I found out that Patrick Ta's first real endeavor was actually opening up a tanning salon, which is hilarious to me because he has some of the most beautiful skin in the world. Like, have you seen Patrick Ta's skin? He's practically a Glossier model. Are you guys seeing how easily this is blending out? It is strikingly good quality. So for the very last portion of this look, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back into the chocolatey brown. I got me a nice slender but fluffy brush, and I'm gonna trace that line. I'm gonna get it to be a little bit softer, not have such a harsh line there. And now my friendos, I'm going to go slip into some glamorous lashes. Put on some mascara first though, and I'll be right back to you all. So friendos, we are back. I've got these lashes on. Let's get the look finished off. I'm gonna go in with Count the Ways. This is from Rose Inc. This is one of their newest lip products. I believe these are just called a lip cream. My lips are super chapped, so I will be going over this with some gloss to kind of hide how chapped they are. Then I'm going in with Makeup by Mario. This is the shade Travis. And then Buxom Full On Lip Cream in the shade Mudslide. So friendos, my thoughts on this palette. I think that it's a great value for $70, especially when it comes to the luxury makeup market. This is in line with Natasha's recent palettes. Most of hers are around $69. Pat McGrath, however, has increased her prices to almost $130, which I think is insane. And even when they go on sale, they tend to be around $90. So for $70, you can own a luxury eyeshadow palette that is gorgeous, that will provide beautiful pigmentation, easy to blend at a fraction of the cost. And even though this color story isn't something that I would jump up and down and get excited for, I'm still excited about this palette because now that I'm studying to become a professional makeup artist, I need to think about what I want to keep in my kit that other people are going to enjoy. Because not everyone's going to be comfortable wearing the colorful looks that I usually go out in. So I think if you are a pro makeup artist, this would be a great one to add to your kit. Now I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of this palette, what you think of the look, if you plan to pick it up or you want to go to Sephora and swatch it for yourself. I'm wishing you all a phenomenal rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe if you have not done so already, because if not, we both have to live in the sorrow of never knowing what could have been. All right, guys, have a great one. Bye.